Hello, welcome everyone. It's been some time that we haven't shared some detailed updates on the game, but now tonight is going to be quite special since we are going to be showing you a test session in the latest beta build that we have right now shared with the beta testers, and with Kelvin van der Linde joining us tonight. For those of you who might not know, Kelvin van der Linde is the champion from 2014 season of GT Masters, and he's been helping us thoroughly and with his great feedback on the behavior of the Audi that he's driving. And tonight, it's all going to be about what is going to go into this huge physics update that we've been working on, that will bring the cars in RaceRoom to a more mature state, and as close as we can to the actual thing. And real drivers' feedback is for that absolutely priceless. So we have here Kelvin van der Linde. Hello, Kelvin.
Hi guys, great to be here.
And we have also Karsten Borchers and Marco Haitikainen, who are the physics developers for the game. Hello, guys.
Yeah, hello.
Good evening.
So, I guess, Kelvin, maybe you can share, tell us how this all started, how we, started collaboration.
All right. Well, it was first of all when the original 2014 GT Masters came around. I was always quite active on the leaderboard charts and really enjoyed driving as myself on an online game. And I always would have liked to be involved and try and help the guys from Sector 3 to develop the car and make it more realistic for you guys, the public. And one day myself and JF just started communicating via email, and we were sharing some thoughts. I was giving some feedback, and the whole thing just kind of snowballed from there. I came aboard as a developer of the physics model, and every second week or every week I had a new special build that I was working on, and we could constantly develop it. And that was really cool for me because the guys from Sector 3, they had a tough ask in the beginning to build these cars without any real data from the GT Masters cars, and I was able to work together with Audi and Seat Racing to provide as much data as I could to kind of help the developers make the cars' reactions as realistic as possible. So that was really cool for me, and to really see how the kind of improvements we've made on the game is just incredible. So I'm really proud of all the guys.
All right. Maybe we can go more into details with Karsten and Marco into what players can expect after this update rolls out. What kind of feedback did you guys get? How did you use it? What is this that we are driving now tonight on this multiplayer server? What is the spirit? Should I say? Karsten?
Should I take it?
Yeah, take it.
Yeah, go.
See if I can drive and talk.
You can park on the side, no problem.
I think it's probably the best idea.
Sorry.
No, but based on all the feedback that we got from Kelvin and all the data, we figured it was actually the best idea really to pretty much start it from scratch. Because now we had actual data that we then knew was correct, and then we could rule out guessing on those parts. So when we plug that in, then we just then we go from there and quickly find out that most of it that was left for the physics to be improved in was in the tires basically. So after we had the actual data into the car, a lot of the work came on the tires. And then the goal, of course, was to be you know, to make it as realistic as we possibly can, but keep in mind that it's still a game. So we can never, even if we have the data, it's probably not going to be a good idea to make it, you know, fully authentic, because we are lacking so much feedback on the computer compared to real life, so it will just be, you know, too hard on the limit. So we have to put in a little bit of, you know, play, a little bit, you know, the tires have to be a little bit forgiving. So it's basically finding the balance there. Then of course, you know, sending the cars off to Kelvin, so we can get a lot of feedback on how the car reacts in different situations, what we need to change, what is it doing wrong, and then back, try some more and send out a new build and back and forth. And then once we have one car, then we know, okay, where we are feeling wise, and then it's, even if we lag a little bit of data on some cars, then it's going to be easier to kind of, you know, guess or estimate and plug that data in. So it quickly becomes very, very authentic in that case.
And yeah, about the you know, this is the behavior modifications that you've been working on, but there is also, you know, course setup limitations that Kelvin helped us. I mean, Kelvin, maybe in the course setup before we had tons of freedom, but you gave us quite some interesting feedback on what you can and cannot do to your car in real life that we try and replicate here in
Yeah, that was something that in the old game was a little bit not really to the regulations, and that's something we've really gotten perfect in this build that's going to be released soon. Small things, you know, like gear ratios, which you could change in the past, are now fixed as they are in real life. The limitation on wing settings, front splitter settings, yeah, a whole variety of things that we've actually just made more in line with the actual regulations of GT Masters, so that's absolutely fantastic for me. But I mean, like, the guys really, like I said already, I'm so proud of the guys, because to think what we had 1 or 2 months ago to what we have now, it's worlds apart. And I think for the public out there that actually are enthusiasts for motorsport in general and enthusiasts about GT Masters, the experience is way more enhanced and way more precise. You can really get a much better feeling for what us drivers actually experience when we're in the car. I know, for instance, the old build was very floaty. The car was it didn't feel like it was really connected to the road. You know, you could kind of balance the car with a big slide, and that was something that we really worked on quite hard with the guys. And now, to me, it feels like you actually have to turn the car and use advanced driving techniques to kind of optimize the car handling. So techniques like trail braking, or, you know, just different techniques to kind of balance the car and to rotate the car now actually working, where in the past you couldn't really use them because the tire model didn't really allow it. So that was a big factor that we improved on. And then there are obviously other aspects like the sound, which also sounds a lot better to me compared to what I experience inside the car. Gear shifts, all these type of things. So for me, again, I'm really proud of what the guys have done there.
And Carsten, maybe you can explain a little bit more about the tire model, how you rebuilt it, like from scratch. Like, what is the? I mean, Kelvin just told us about this. You know, the feel that you get now with these new tires. What went into this? What went into this change?
We really changed. I think, you know, I think it was 4 different approaches, you know, kind of to should it be very, sidewall flexing inspired or approached, or should it be the contact patches? And we tried many different variations to get the progression of the, if the tire lets go, if you understeer or oversteer, so it's not, a very sudden action, it's something that comes in progressive. We tried many different, and I'd say that the current version that we have right now, we're really pleased with. You get a lot of information in the steering wheel now. Both from the front end and the rear end. It's hard to go into detail really what it is we actually did.
Yeah, without flooding with technical detail. But yeah, I mean, the floaty feeling or flying carpet feeling that I used to really feel and be annoyed with is completely gone now. I mean, this feel like directional and immediate response. Pretty good.
Yeah, they're much more pointy now without being super pointy. There's something we've dialed in as well. Find the right balance. But it's been a lot of work actually. I can't even remember when we started on the GT3s to set the groundwork for this new approach. They've been on the way for quite some time now. It's been really nice experience as well when you have actual data and you can just rest in, okay, this is correct, and then to find the problem elsewhere. That's so valuable. So your springs and dampers, these things are correct. So the problem the car has right now, you need to look somewhere else. It's so valuable. Can't really put a word on it.
Oh, and another thing that I'd actually like to comment on, what I've actually, we just started now with a multiplayer. I think it was 2 or 3 nights ago where I really was, for the first time, in a big server of guys, and for me, one of the big improvements in the game, and one of the big assets of the game is the online gameplay. There's no real lag as such. You can really race quite close to the other guys online, and that makes a big difference. Games, if you look at some games like R Factor and other like Race On and these type of games, it never used to have a very good online experience, and really the guys have done a great job here where you can have such close racing without too much lag, and that's really cool for me.
One thing that I should point out is that what you guys are looking at right now is a beta build, so if you do see some issues, including about multiplayer, this is a beta build. It is meant to be quite stable, so in case of crashes, there is work in progress. And we have a question on Twitter or Twitch. By the way, you can ask your questions directly to us and Kelvin through Twitter using the RaceRoom update hashtag, and through the Twitch chat. And we have a question to you, Kelvin, about do you, with your team, use some official simulator to prepare for the seasons, or some professional solution? And how would that compare to this in terms of the reliability of the feedback of the behavior and all that?
It's very difficult, and I think a lot of the high-tech sims are very overrated these days. My teammate at GT Masters, Stefan Wakaba, was actually using the Red Bull Junior program, and he had a lot of time to work on the Red Bull simulator, and his feedback was actually, it was all talk and not really as spectacular as it seemed from the outside. And basically it's what they use is an advanced version of R Factor with an advanced sort of like mod or whatever it is. But I mean, like for us in GT, it's very difficult because we don't have a specific mod that's been developed by Audi or by any particular race series. So what I typically do on a race weekend, or before a race weekend, is I come on RaceRoom because it's actually got all the tracks that we have in our season. So that makes it quite convenient for me if I just want to get my eye in for a certain track. And now with the development we've done on the car, the gears and all that stuff is 100% accurate to what we actually use in real life. So to really get your eye in, RaceRoom was the perfect solution for me because it had all the racing tracks. Most of the other sims that I've also played on before, like iRacing, that typically favor American racetracks, so it's not really that practical for me to use that. Yeah, I wouldn't say there's any big simulators, and for a racing driver, you're never really going to get the feeling of the G-forces or anything. So the real reason why we use simulators is it's not really to work out our setup or anything. We've got really professional computer software that works out our setups based on corner speeds and track data that we get. So for a driver, really, it's just to get our eye in, get used to driving the track, getting the gears in our head again, just refreshing our memory from last year or the year before, and then we're ready to go for a race weekend. So like I said, RaceRoom so far has been the tool I use, and I can honestly say that there's nothing really that's spectacular out there that would beat it, in my opinion.
And would you say that it's also useful for practicing the focus, or keeping trained into I don't know, keeping the habits of racing in a pack, or?
Yeah, I definitely say that. Okay, I've only really started exploring with the online features this week, so I'd like to definitely do some more of that. If any of the fans out there want to get online on the weekends on my racing, that'd be quite cool. But really, it is cool, and like the leaderboard challenges and stuff where you doing actual hot lapping, it's very cool to kind of keep your focus. I found that to help quite a lot, and in the beginning of my racing career, this was long before I even started racing GT3 or anything, was when I just finished racing Polo Cup in South Africa, and I had absolutely no idea what rebound and bump damper settings and all these things did to a racing car. I was already a sim racer since 5 years now already, maybe more even, and I started playing around with setups and that type of thing online. And this is how actually, okay, of course it's not 100% accurate, but it gives you a rough idea of what characteristics change on the car when you make certain changes in the setup. And that's how I really learned to develop the car. And it's today something that actually really helps me when I'm working with Audi and we're developing some of the new race cars, like the new R8 LMS. It really makes a big difference when you can go straight out of the pit lane and you literally need an out lap and maybe one fast lap to give data to the engineers. It saves on track time, and general mileage on the engine and all the parts which make racing so expensive. So in terms of that, I've gained a lot out of sim racing, and it's for me been a big help to my career, at least. I can honestly say that. So.
Ooh, that was Jay going off track there.
I'm sorry.
Hello, Jay. And I mean, guys, we have also everyone here from the beta test team. If you guys have a question, I mean, just shoot. And if you have any questions, just yeah.
Jeff, will you just please check your messages?
All right. So do we have any questions now?
I have a question to Kelvin.
Yes.
Would you say that the Audi R8 fits to any track in specific, or are there favorite tracks of yours that match the car better, the performance of the car?
Yeah, of course. There are cars that will tracks that will suit a specific car. That's kind of the thing that's very difficult for us this year in GT Masters, because we kind of got all of our bad circuits in the beginning of the season, so that kind of ruined our start of the season. But tracks like Sector3, which we're actually on tonight, is one of the best tracks for the Audi, because the Audi, like the BMW, has one of the highest aero performing packages, but we really struggle in a straight line, so that's very difficult. And in terms of real life stuff, we got a new tire compound this year with a Pirelli tire, and last year we had the Yokohama tire. This year the Pirelli tire actually has a lot more traction than we had on the Yokohama tire, so that's benefited your cars like the Nissan, the Corvette, the Mercedes, because now they're able to put down all that power, whereas last year they struggled on the harder compound tire, or the more unstable tire. So that's why we were able to really have even more of an advantage at the slower tracks. But this year it's tricky, because we kind of have the same BOP, balance of performance, in terms of engine restrictors and all the parameters that determine the performance of the cars. But in reality, the Corvettes and the Mercedes and the Nissans have actually improved a lot more than we have with the new tire, because they have traction, which is now a really good asset to them, whereas we already had traction and we didn't need any more, so to say. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thanks. And are there any driving aids in those GT3 cars that you're driving, like ABS or traction control?
Yep, all the GT3 cars have all the driver aids, because the GT3 concept itself is actually based on having one pro driver on a car and making it user friendly for a gentleman driver. So basically in our R8 currently we have 8 ABS settings and 10 traction control settings. Normally what we do is we will have the ABS on, because I mean that's just a general asset to have, but we will actually turn off the traction control for qualifying, but we might turn it on for the races just to save the tires over the longer distances. So yeah, it really depends also on the track as well, whether we use the driver aids or not. Tracks like Red Bull Ring, where it's really stop and go, we tend to turn it off completely, because we're very aggressive on the throttle application, so that might trigger the traction control incorrectly or spike it or something. So we tend to turn it off at tracks like Red Bull Ring.
Okay, I see.
We had one direct question on Twitter about the release date for these cars and the GT Masters 2015 experience in the game. Well, I can say that, I mean, as you can see, it's in beta. We're getting close, and the target is to release the 2015 experience towards the end of the season. You know, the idea is always that we provide the experience in the game, and it can be used, you know, right after the season, the real racing season ended, and it keeps, you know, it keeps people active. All the fans of the series can play the game during the winter season. So, you know, it keeps activity around GT Masters, even when the real engines have been, you know, cut off, shut down. And whoa, catching a slide there. I shouldn't talk and drive at the same time. This is really bad. And we had another question about the availability of the cars outside of the experience. Well, you can expect the same for these cars as from the previous year. The way it's going to be released is going to be the same. I hope that answers the questions. So you will have the experience with the championship and the rules, and compared to last season, the rules haven't really changed. There is one modification to the actual duration of the pit stops, but that is it. Yeah, Kelvin has some issues with his computer rebooting.
Oh, I just collected some questions for Kelvin to answer.
Yeah, he's
Back then.
he's offline now.
Save those for when he's back.
And there is another question on Twitter that's about virtual championship for GT Masters. We have one running currently for DTM. The question is, are we going to do more for GT Masters? Well, that's something I cannot really promise, but I know that our publisher, RaceRoom Entertainment, is really keen on these activities, and I can totally see it happening. Now, it's not something that we decide here at Sector 3. But it's, I mean, having a virtual championship during the winter season, like I was explaining before, it's totally something that that we should look at doing. Yeah. And if it's in the winter, then you can have Kelvin playing and all other drivers. Because during the season, well, everyone is busy, all the real drivers.
I can confirm that this track fits the Z4. But I'm sure Marco and Kelvin will beat my time soon.
What's your time?
It's a 20.3.
Yeah, Marco can beat that if he wants to.
I know.
I was just trying different cars. Camaro is not very good in this track.
That's maybe the occasion of talking about the differences between the cars, Marco and Karsten. Like, you tried keeping them like obviously with all the real data, and but they all have personalities. So maybe you want to explain a little bit what to expect for each of the cars. Like, what are the strengths of each, and maybe talk also about the balance of performance. I know it's been a topic of debate on the forum recently. Share a little bit on that.
You wanna go, Garsten, or me?
Oh, you can go.
Yeah, just to put it in a simple way, there are differences. Like the Nissan and the Audi are the more Nissan and the Camaro are the most powerful ones, and the Z4 and the Audi are the ones with most downforce, like Kelvin said as well. So in this track, for example, the Z4 and Audi, this one fits very well for those cars. And then the Mercedes and what else? Corvette. Those are kind of in between somewhere, good all-around cars. So you will definitely see the Camaro's advantage in straight line, for example, in a tracks where are longer straights. But in this track, it's pretty much it's let's say it's really hard to compete with that car in this track. But the cars are basically designed to be quite equal in the track like Zandvoort, for example, which has a bit of everything, and it's kind of in a middle. Based on it has straight line, it has chicane, it has hairpins, and there is everything in Zandvoort. And in that kind of track, all the cars are equal. But then the differences come. If we go to Monza, for example, with these cars, then the Camaro and Nissan will most likely end on top, and then we come here, and it's the SIT4 and the Audi ground. So yeah, that's how it works in a simple way. Then some other differences as well, but then there is a bit different fuel tanks. The fuel some are better, some are slightly better with tire wear than the others, and yeah, it's the cars really do apart from each other more than they used to. So there is quite some work actually went into the separating the cars by feel as well. Yeah, I think that's it in a simple way.
Hey, it's Christian. Is that something that Kelvin also gave some feedback on, the differences between the cars, or how they act relative to each other?
Yeah, actually, he has experience of other cars as well, and he also commented on some of the other cars, and he of course knows the differences between the cars that run in GT Masters. So we also got some good info about that from him as well. So it was very good info, really, and then of big reason why we could do it now properly. So the cars have each have their strong points, and then they are weaker in some other area.
All right, thanks.
And I think Kelvin, you're back. Or maybe not.
I don't know if we should touch on tire wear.
Absolutely, and fuel use.
Yeah, I mean, with the tire wear we're taking a slightly different approach now, where in the past I think 90% was the maximum. Now it doesn't do it right now. The tires do, but the game logic doesn't allow it yet. But it will come. That we can actually run them all the way down, so you will see 10%, and that's where you should pit. But also just the way that we have been able to make the tires wear, so over time and or laps, however you want to look at it. They can suddenly they have a bit of a drop off, and then they're stable for X amount of time or laps, and then they have a drop off again, depending on how you drive, of course. And then again, depending on how you drive, how the car is set up, which tracks you're driving on, the tires wear differently. So the car kind of comes to you. You might be in a couple laps where you suffer from understeer suddenly, but then suddenly the car comes back, and you might, in the middle of the race, actually start pulling out some quite good laps for a short period, because they just fit you right now. The tires are the balance of the car, and then that drops off again. It's a very dynamic experience now. And they're made to last at the moment for a full race, which is at the moment 60 minutes.
Yeah, and I must add that the wear is quite different also, also depending on how you drive. Like we are doing those tire wear runs with Karsten, he also always has quite a lot less wear than I do for those runs.
And it goes for fuel as well. Now we can run well over 60 minutes. You can, depending on track, how much you use your throttle and how you drive. I would say any track in the game, at least 70 minutes, I think. Probably more, maybe closer to 75 or 80. And that, of course, also changes the dynamic of the car and the given cars, depending on when they have their fuel tank. It's quite cool and dynamic, everything at the moment.
You know what I really like with those new physics is that you can drive the cars very precisely. In the past, maybe they have been a bit floaty, and it was always a bit of struggle finding the right line. But now the car does exactly what you tell it to do, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it actually, for me, it felt almost too easy to drive the car fast. It felt like when I was doing some leaderboard challenges, for example, I could literally just turn the steering wheel as much as I liked, and the car would turn, and it would do whatever I wanted. But that's not a real race car, you know. If you're not giving the right inputs and in the right amounts, then you need to be punished for it. And I feel that you experience that a lot more than you build.
Yeah.
There is an interesting question on Twitch. It says if with the new physics we can also expect some new stuff in the car setup menu.
The actual options, there won't be any new setting. You can, no additional options. If anything, now with the regulations, you will be limited in the amount of, things you can tweak, or how far you can go. That is matching the regulations, like we were explaining before.
There's also a question about the BOP with the GT Masters 2015. If it will be matched to the GTR 3 class, or what are the plans?
Yes, yeah. Should I take it, guys?
Yeah. This is we are.
Well, the idea with this is that the moment these go live, the work that is being put into GT Masters 2015 is going to bleed into the previous iterations. So GT Masters 2014, 13, and the GTR 3 class are all going to get the same amount of love, and will be up to the same standards in terms of handling and physics evolution. So when we do patch all of this in the game, we will be clearing all the leaderboards for them, because obviously the lap times that you used to be able to do, the performance or the lap times you can do are gonna change. Would you say it's actually going to be faster or slower compared to the old physics?
It's gonna be slower.
One more reason to clear the leaderboards then.
Yeah, for sure. It's a bit slower, but like 1 second at least, I think, in certain tracks.
in this track, for example, you know, there's this fast left-hander just before the Volkswagen bridge. In the 2014 version, you were able to take that one flat out, and now you have to lift a little bit. So that's a difference.
Yeah, that's more like real life now. We have to lift quite a lot there in real life. So.
Kelvin, how much do those tires actually degrade during a race? How much grip do you actually lose over the distance of a full race?
It's difficult to say because we've calculated it like it is in real life, and in real life the fuel loss, so the amount of fuel we burn during the race, equals out the tire degradation. So basically, I would say you could almost match your time at the end of the race compared to the beginning of the race at certain tracks. Obviously, it depends, but at some tracks it can be up to half a second slower, and that's what we've done here. You know, the car tires that come from Pirelli are generally not very soft. It's quite a stiff tire in general, so the actual degradation is not that much because they use these tires on the Blancpain Endurance series as well. So definitely the tire, you're gonna definitely feel a degradation factor from the first few laps, but it's not gonna be like 1 or 2 seconds, you know, because of the nature of the tire in real life. So
yeah.
Kelvin, are you back on the server now?
yeah, I'm driving, but I'm very slow. These guys are beating me tonight. Don't know if they've been practicing while I haven't been online.
I am sure they have.
I'm not gonna make your life any simpler. There's a question for you on Twitch. Someone is wondering if you push as hard in real life as you push in sim racing.
It's difficult. I had this conversation with a friend of mine the other day, and it's very difficult because in a sim game you can always just press the reset button and you have a brand new car without paying 100,000 euros for the damage. But I wouldn't say I'm much faster. I think I just reach my peak speed a lot faster. Typically on a simulator I'd be within my maximum speed in 10 laps, whereas in real life, if I have to learn a new track and really be on the maximum limit of what the car can do, and the track, of course, it would take a few setup changes, a few different sessions to get there. So I think the factor of knowing if I go past the limit, if I go in too fast in a corner and I lose the rear, I can just click back to pits and then just try it again. So that makes it a bit easier to get up to speed. But in terms of pushing the car, I would say it's pretty much the same. I mean, in general, the GT3 cars are quite easy to drive. Like I already mentioned earlier in the stream, they have to be user-friendly for gentleman drivers and amateur drivers. So for a pro driver, it's really, with all the driver aids, it's quite an easy car to drive. So really, the pro drivers generally find themselves within 0.3 of a second between all the pro drivers, because the line of the limit is much wider compared to a car that doesn't have ABS or something like that.
Keeping an eye on Twitter. If as a reminder, if you guys have any questions, just use the RaceRoom update hashtag on Twitter or directly on the Twitch chat, which I believe you're keeping a constant eye on.
Yeah, I'm trying. You know, some not ask.
Kelvin, what is your favorite racetrack actually?
All the tracks where Audis are fast, generally. Yeah, I mean, I really like Sachsenring, actually. I had an instant bond with this track last year when I went there for the first time. I got pole position on my first visit to the track, and we had a double race win here. Although the Audi was very dominant at this track. I love this track, and I really love Zandvoort. I mean, Zandvoort in real life is one of the scariest tracks you will drive on. You know, the first sector coming up over the hill into that long right, and is really, for a driver, you really need some balls to go through there, because it's just flat out over the crest in the GT3 car. So it makes it very tricky, and you know, and in the back of your mind, you don't want to crash the car in qualifying anything, but you still want to give it full attack. So it's always a balancing act, but for sure Zandvoort and Sachsenring are two of my favorites on the calendar.
As a Belgian, I'm offended that you're not mentioning Spa.
Actually, you know what? I actually forgot about that, because I wasn't on the calendar last year. Spa was actually also a fantastic experience for me, although I hate the weather there, so purely for that reason I would say I'm not a big fan of the Spa sort of unpredictability.
There's a few questions for Kelvin here that we can maybe squeeze in before qualifying ads.
Man, you will never be able to drive.
It's all good, I can multitask.
Sorry, Jay.
It's alright. People are wondering, you're currently using a Fanatic wheel. They're wondering how it compares to your actual race wheel in the real race car. Is it similar?
That's actually quite an interesting question, because in the past I had a Logitech G27, and recently I signed with Team Redline, which is one of the top sim racing teams, and I started working with Fanatic, and they actually sponsored us some wheels and are a big fan of the team and whatever. But if you get a new Fanatic wheel, actually any wheel, default settings, I always tend to really turn down the settings, and it doesn't really matter what the settings are, in my opinion, because these days most of the cars have power steering, so it's not so dependent on the feeling through the steering wheel anymore. For sure there's some sort of feeling, which I do get to the Fanatec, like in terms of going over bumps, feeling curbs. If the car starts understeering, you can still feel that a little bit through the power steering, but it's not so prominent like it is with a car without power steering. So for me personally, it doesn't make a massive difference if you're driving like a GT3 car, which anyway has power steering in terms of realism. Where I really tend to find the big difference on these Fanatec products, or some of the higher upmarket products, is the pedals, actually, because I'm actually using the new Fanatec V3 pedals, which I don't think have been released to public yet. I've just been testing it out for the guys, and they've got a new load cell on the brake, which can take up to 90 kilograms on the brake pedal, and that makes a massive difference in terms of feeling a race car and realism, for me at least, you know, because 90 kilograms is almost, or at least very close to, the kind of pressure we have in a real race car. So that's where I find the biggest difference. It's not so much in the wheel, at least, but I can definitely recommend the Fanatec stuff, not because I get the stuff for free or anything like that. I think Fanatec is not the most expensive hardware you can get. I think there's a lot more expensive hardware you can buy on the market, and for what it is, I really think it's high quality. And I mean, at least this is my first set of Fanatec hardware, and I mean the packaging and stuff like that is really professional, and if there's something wrong with the hardware, the guys immediately send you some replacement stuff, and they're very helpful. So I can honestly say that it's been a good experience for me, even if I had to pay for it.
Okay, thank you.
So guys, the session is over. We're going into a race now, or?
We have 10 seconds. If there is one last question, we're gonna do a race.
Oh,
there's
man, I'm
there's
slow.
nothing.
There's no
Answer
more
it,
question?
there
Damn,
is-
we're gonna race.
There is question,
There is a question?
but a race.
Ah, race. There we go.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
I have no
Yeah,
idea
you
where
guys
I
can
qualified.
ask me questions in the race if you would like.
Somebody is asking if you actively need to watch your tires during the race, or can you push the whole time
On the simulator or
in real
on-
life?
Okay, GT Masters is actually classified as a sprint race. So we tend to push all the way through the race. The driver that tends to start the race normally will drive with traction control on and not wheel spin the car so much out of tight corners. That's the only thing we really try and look out for. And then anyway, in the pit stop, the mechanics can bleed the tire pressures if we're a bit high. So then when we start the second stint, we're back to where we need to be anyway. So it's typically a sprint race, but in some of the other stuff, like when I did Blancpain Endurance Series in Monza, beginning of the season, you need to look more after the tires and that to last the whole stint. But yeah, hope that answers your question.
Does
Kelvin,
that mean-
did you
sorry.
drop off the server?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, could have, maybe. Oh shit. Yeah, I can't get in actually. Shit. Hang on, give me 1 sec. Let me see if I can fix this.
Yeah, the race started, so
More time to talk then.
Yeah, so keep the questions coming.
I was about to ask you a follow-up question. In the ADAC, does that mean you only get one set per race, or? I'm not fully up to date
Per
on the...
weekend, we have 3 sets of tires. Beginning of the season, we actually had like 6 sets of tires per weekend because we didn't do any practices. We had some reliability issues most of the start of the season. But yeah, according to regulations, you get 3 new sets of tires. So we'll have 2 new sets for qualifying 1 and qualifying 2, and then we have an extra set that we can use during practice just to do a qualifying trim setup check or whatever it is. And then we have 1 scrub set which we just do basic setup checks in free practice 1. Normally in free practice 1 we'll start on an old set of tires from the previous weekend, maybe from one of the races, just to do all the basic checks, and then free practice 2 we'll start doing qualifying simulations, try and optimize tire pressures for the conditions. But anyway, most of the stuff nowadays is electronically sort of controlled via computer programs. So there's very little we actually change on race weekends. We get a baseline setup that's made off a program actually, and that's pretty much the setup we actually stick to. It's very accurate. And then we carry over our qualifying set of tires to the races, and that's basically a race weekend.
It's a question. What car setup adjustments do you normally do? And then we're talking about the game. Is there, any? Where do you start with? It's a very broad question. I understand that, but I mean,
look, it'll naturally also depend on the track. If it's a high-speed track, low-speed track, high-speed tracks I'd naturally try and run as little rear wing as I can, without compromising the aero balance of the car. And then I would start playing with ride heights because in real life especially, the GT3 cars are very aero sensitive based on, or the most of our aero gains come from ride height adjustments, so how much we have in the this type of thing. So on high speed tracks I'd look at immediately ride heights, maybe lowering the car a bit, like I said, wing, and then for low speed tracks, generally the base setup so far has been quite good. At Sachsenring tonight, I just started with the baseline, and yeah, you can make small tweaks just to suit your driving style. Brake bias is what I generally like to start with, just to get a good feeling. I generally have like a rule where if I come online and I start driving, I try to do like 5 or 6 laps within half a second of each other before I start changing anything on the car setup, just so that I'm comfortable and that I'm actually driving correctly, because it's always easy to make setup changes, but then later on when you start driving the car correctly, then you end up going back again. So that's kind of my rule. And on slow speed stuff, slow speed corners, I would look at springs, maybe some camber. It all really depends on what you like and how your driving style is.
Oh, so there's no golden rule basically.
I would say for the high speed tracks, look at your ride heights and wing. This is for sure a golden rule that you need to try. On the old game, I actually always went minimum ride height and almost minimum or close to minimum wing, and I'd like adjust the rake to kind of get it so it's not too oversteery the car, and that was always fast for me. That was all I changed in the car before I went into a leaderboard challenge. Now the cars actually, the physics are a lot more realistic with the time model and that type of stuff, so it's not so easy to just make a massive change and it works for all tracks. You really gotta think about it. But like I said, for high speed tracks, rule of thumb, check your ride heights, check your wing. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Question here from the Löblich. He's wondering how you rate the influence of the lack of when sim racing. Does that break the immersion for you?
Sorry, just repeat that. I didn't quite get that.
The lack of, because in a simulator you don't feel the G-forces, or you don't feel the car. Is that something that breaks the immersion for you, or is it just a different kind of immersion?
Like I said, I've been involved with sim racing for quite a few years. I grew up with sim racing. I started on R Factor, I think about 8 years ago actually. So for me, it's not really, my mind already adapts to the whole sim racing thing. But for sure the G-forces only really help for me in terms of feeling the rear of the car. The front of the car you feel through the steering wheel. But the balance of the rear of the car you kind of feel through the G-forces. So that's the only thing I really miss in terms of getting on the throttle or really applying the throttle with confidence. It's difficult to feel that. Although the new pedals and stuff that are coming on the market nowadays make it a bit easier and more realistic. I've also tried a lot of advanced simulators with actual movement sensors on them, and to be honest, I know they always have them at like expos and stuff, and for me, I think this is the biggest like marketing misconception that they have, you know, because it looks all impressive on the movement, and you really, from the outside, you think, wow, it feels like a real car, it's moving like a real car, but actually it's the complete opposite. I would say it's even less realistic with this movement thing, because you can never actually generate enough G-force for it to be realistic through those springs and suspension on the actuators, and that's what a lot of guys actually like Base Performance Simulators, a simulator company that Darren Turner uses. It's his company. They don't even use the movement anymore, because they say it's actually, there's no point in it, because you can't realistically program it or make it. You can't let it have enough shock for it to be realistic. So.
Okay, but I mean, not even giving the body a hint of the movement. You think that's less of a thing than actually having the full G-forces? You rather have the full G-forces than just a little bit of movement?
Yeah. I think I'd rather have the full one. But I actually tried a butt kicker. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And this was actually quite a cool little gadget. It's not. I don't think it's too expensive actually. I'm not sure how much it costs, but I tried this butt kicker, and that actually gave me quite a cool experience when you're going over curbs and a bit more feeling the rear of the car than I had before. So
Okay.
I mean, I can recommend that at least for the guys. If you want to have a bit more of a realistic experience, try the butt kicker. I mean, I don't have one on my current rig that I'm in tonight. I just a sponsor of mine had a simulator back in South Africa, and I tried it, and yeah, I actually liked it.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Shame for Georg though, with his very nice motion simulator.
Yeah, I think you just tried the wrong motion simulators, dude.
Sorry, dude.
The field.
Here's a more real-rate question. There's someone's well, it's asking if you have any ambitions for the future with regards to racing series, or race cars, or team.
Yeah. It's, of course, I have my main goal is to be in DTM. I'm now in the factory program for Audi in their GT3 program, so I'm doing a lot of stuff for them, developing the new car and this type of stuff. I think you can actually, if you're following my my webcam, you can see there's a photo behind me of a DTM car that I drove. I did some taxi rides for Audi and that type of stuff. So slowly I'm trying to work my way into the DTM program. Looking at getting a young driver test. They always have a young driver test at the end of the season. Yeah, but I mean, it's always very difficult to talk about it. They're very secretive about this type of stuff to public. So, and also for me, I mean, when I yeah, it's always very last minute whether you do it or not. So at the moment my goal is to break through into DTM, but I'm obviously very happy with the current factory deal I have with Audi in the GT3. I think GT3 is really the future of racing, because it gives AM drivers and gentleman drivers also the chance to compete, and also gives them a chance to experience success. I think it's a winning formula. You know, the cars are very easy to drive, like I already said. So I think that the whole combination is working well. We're seeing quite large grids in the Blancpain Endurance Series especially. So yeah, let's see what the future holds. But yeah, just happy to be here, happy to be in Europe, working with all the guys, and yeah, let's see. Keep supporting me though, if you have been.
Yeah, there are people wondering how come you're not driving in DTM already. So let's hope the future brings what you're hoping for.
Yeah, it's always difficult, you know. I think from the outside it looks easy to just come in and get a DTM seat, but at the end of the day, it's a lot more that goes into it. Yeah, there's more than just driving involved in it, as everyone already knows. It's not always very clear cut from the outside, and I mean, there's top drivers in DTM. I mean, it's not just me trying to land a DTM seat. There's ex Formula 1 drivers trying to get a seat with a main manufacturer. There's a whole variety of top class drivers that are trying to break into DTM. So it's very difficult. You've got to have the whole package, and that's what I'm working on. I'm working on every day to kind of get a all-round package. So yeah, let's see. It's looking good for the future, but obviously very difficult to say at the moment what will happen exactly.
Okay, Jeff, are you still racing or?
No, I was actually looking at Twitter, see if there is anything.
There are some other questions coming in on Twitch.
I actually gave up on the race. I was last. So.
That's because I wasn't racing. I would have been last probably.
You're only last because I stopped when I was last, so I made you last.
So you were saying, Jay, there is something on Twitter?
Asking if there is a between.
Jay, your microphone is stuttering, or I mean, you come on and off.
Okay, hello.
Yes. Don't eat the microphone.
It tastes so nice. There's a question if there is a connection between frame rate and physics.
Yeah, there is. There is a connection.
Thank you.
Obviously, I'm not a programmer. I cannot really tell you exactly why, but I think Georg, you might be the one with the most knowledge in this, because when you worked on force feedback back in the days, you noticed, I mean, different feels, different feeling depending on your frame rate.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, the way I understood it is that physics and the force feedback are calculated at a certain, rate, but the game has a as I went off track.
Sorry.
Obviously, if the game runs at a lower frame rate, then not all these calculations will come true. So, it is better to have a higher frame rate. You will have better force feedback and more accurate physics. Although in the normal case, it doesn't really matter. As long as you have a decent frame rate, this is not an issue.
That's actually really interesting, because I always limited my frame rate at a certain amount. So that's actually quite cool to hear that.
Okay. Question here for Kelvin. DTM, Audi.
Sorry, you're stuttering, mate. I can't hear you completely.
I think I should eat my microphone. Sounds better when I do it.
Yeah.
I'm glad we don't have a webcam feed from you.
No,
That would be bad.
we don't need one from you when we have yours.
Will be like a scene from Twilight or something.
Yeah. Well, I'm Dutch, so you never know.
Eating the microphone.
Yeah. Somebody's wondering how since you've driven the Audi DTM, how it compared to the cars that we currently have in the game.
Yeah, man, it's my first experience of DTM was really cool. Of course, we had guests in the car, so we had, I think, 80 kilograms more weight on average. But anyway, you could still get a very good feeling of the car, and the car itself is very stiff, very agile. So I actually love the DTM game at the moment on RaceRoom. I was playing it the other day, just trying out the new physics and that, and I wrote on Twitter, I was instantly impressed with what the guys have done. Yeah, like I say, the car in general is just very stiff, and you can actually feel it on the game when you over bumps, over curbs. It's very, very stiff. And braking also, the car is fantastic under braking. With the carbon brakes, you really can't describe it to someone unless they've actually felt it for themselves. For example, we had the customers in the car, and I mean, all sorts. Strong women, strong men, but weaker women, weaker men. And I did not see one of the customers that were in the passenger seat that could keep their head up straight when you got on the brake pedal. It's absolutely incredible. I almost can't explain it to you until you're actually in the car. It's really cool.
I'll remember you next time I see you.
Cool, we'll throw you in the back.
That's fine. I'll hold. There's a few bars there I can hold myself onto that. It's fine.
I saw one question on Twitter about the GTR3 class, and is there going to be any addition to it? Well, yes. We're going to throw a roof in the GTR3 class, and you will be seeing also Ford GT, Nissan, and I sound like there is one more.
Corvette.
Corvette, yes.
Another question for Kelvin. Which track do you... Oh, let me translate this to normal English. Which racetrack would you really like to see and drive in RaceRoom, which currently is not in RaceRoom?
I actually spoke with JF about this other day. I would like some.
I know that
tracks,
one.
But
yes.
I mean, most of the tracks that I really need or really use on the game are already on the game. Normally, I just really get on the game to practice before a race weekend. I don't really drive online as much as I used to. I always used to play online a lot, but not so much anymore. Most of the weekends I'm actually racing this year, whereas in the past, when I was like in the junior program with Audi, I only had 8 races in the year, and then I had free time most of the time. But now I'm doing a lot of testing and stuff, so it's always difficult to be online a lot. But most of the tracks are there, really. You know, the cool tracks that I like. Yeah, it's difficult to think about some.
Do you have any real life experience on the Nordschleife?
Yeah, man.
What's this track you're talking about?
I don't know, this long track in the woods somewhere in Germany?
Oh yeah, I've heard about it. I saw it on YouTube once.
I have a few. It's from a guy called Dom Doohan. He's wondering if you wish you could beat Dom from Team Redline.
That's not really a wish because I've already done it, but nice try, Dom. He's fast in the F1 though, but in the GT stuff I'm a bit quicker. So.
Alright.
I couldn't let them beat me in the GT stuff, you know, that would just be embarrassing.
He sounds angry right now in the chat. He's writing in capitals and all kinds of stuff.
Sorry, dude.
So, congratulations to the winner of the race.
What?
Who is it?
As the display told me, it's James Nance, I think.
Oh, it's Glenn.
Oh, it's
Glenn?
Glenn.
Or it's Glenn, yeah.
Cool
Glenn,
stuff.
are you with us? I think he might be on Mumble.
He's celebrating in silence right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I think his wife has told him, okay, that's enough sim racing for one night.
Exactly. Somebody gay or that's also good. Where did Marco go?
I had a little incident with someone.
Like, pull them all in the auto or...
It's Jay's fault.
I wasn't even racing.
If you want to get back on the server, Kelvin,
Yeah, I can do that.
yeah. I don't know, maybe.
Is there another race or something?
Yeah, we can just go back and.
Don't forget the qualifying session is set to 60 minutes.
Yeah, but we can do.
But you can fast forward it, Trudy.
No. We could do a fake race, like in a rolling start and qualifying, and fake the race session.
And then I can crash in T1 again.
You can do a Le Mans start right out of the pit lane.
I was about to say run to the car.
Yeah, that too.
I need to run to the bathroom first.
Run fast.
Another question, maybe. Are you gonna continue working with Kelvin? Maybe even on other cars physics?
Of course, I mean, as long as Kelvin is willing. I mean, we always welcome the feedback, and yeah, definitely. What did you expect? Saying, no, really. I mean, this guy.
Well, I mean, it's also up to him. So.
Yeah, I know.
No, I don't want to work with you guys anymore, guys. I'm fed up.
Yeah, that's what I guess.
This physics is terrible. Jokes.
There's a request for JF if we can change the track to Nordschleife.
Oh man, that would be cool.
Not in this build, no.
Nope.
We could change it to Spa, but I wouldn't do that.
No.
Okay, yeah, let's just do like a short qualifying just so I can try get a nice lap in. And try and redeem myself because I've been slow all night.
I'll set you a benchmark that you can beat easily.
Thanks, bro.
I'm gonna be AFK just for a minute and be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Marco or Carsten still here, or?
I'm here at least.
So something we haven't touched on is the gear shift, downshift prevention. Maybe.
Yeah, it's also something feedback from Kelvin. Really, he told us that in his car there is a system which prevents him from downshifting until certain revs. So then we gave that info to a programmer, and now we have a system in place. It might receive a tweak or two still, but it's getting there, and it really does take care of those speed shifters. So it's you can't really abuse the downshifts anymore with these cars, or any cars in the game for that matter.
Yeah, I think that's a really cool thing, because in the past you had your sim racers that were driving the game like a game, and you had the guys that were driving it quite realistically, or how they thought you would drive it in real life. And now what's quite cool is you can't get away with that anymore. You can't drive it like a game anymore. You've actually got to use real techniques and real driving skills to kind of get the most out of the car.
These Audi drivers.
I haven't been hit by a Corvette tonight yet, so things are going well.
Give it a minute.
Oh, we all changed the Corvette, and that's gonna happen for sure.
So we're doing another race?
We'll just do, I think, just a fake race to end the stream. Like we simulate a rolling start, maybe.
I think Kelvin has a faster line than me through that corner.
Yeah, bro. Destroyed you guys there, man. But I cut a little bit.
This just makes it easier for me to hit you.
You gonna be pace car then, Jeff?
Why me? Yeah, of course. Okay.
Are we gonna qualify? Or
I'm the slow guy. Yeah,
let's go for qualifying.
Let's do a lap
We'll
time.
figure it out on the fly.
I'm doing the safety car in the Mercedes.
So find the Mercedes.
I will wait at the pit exit.
So all the Audi drivers, if you're in the Audi, I'd recommend you actually move the brake bias a bit forward. It feels a little bit too far to the back for me, at least.
I think you're being followed on the feed, Kelvin, so maybe you can do a like a track intro lap.
You want to start from the pit, Jeff?
No, I'm just waiting, so I'm ready to do the... Yeah, we can do that. You mean everyone escapes back to garage?
No, I thought you were on track.
Okay, I'll start my track guide as I cross the finish line now for this lap.
Okay, cool. I'll park my car in the gravel here.
All Corvettes, please go back to the pits. Okay, so we're coming into turn 1. This is naturally second gear, very difficult because the elevation is tricky. Third gear for this long left, and then this is really a rhythm section because you're braking downhill. You don't want to brake too hard because it can unsettle the rear of the car quite easily. You want to have a good exit so you can carry the speed up the hill. Third gear on the top here, very difficult with all the elevation. The car is really moving around quite a lot. Fourth gear now, so it's long left. You're gonna just play with the throttle, try and keep it smooth, not really unsettle the car. Fifth, back down to fourth for the back section here. Just carry the maximum speed up the hill. Then here you really need quite a bit of balls. Just fourth gear and on the throttle as soon as you can, coming down the hill. And here you can brake quite late and then straight. We're going to come back down to third gear. Oops, and into the gravel. Yeah, I hope I don't do that in real life. But that'll be third gear, and then we're going to come into the last corner, shift down to second gear. And then very important to get a good exit here, uphill. So you carry all that momentum across the line. So hope that was gave you a bit more information. Not that you guys really needed it, but
What do you think about the car sounds? I think we've updated them according to your feedback as well, isn't that so?
yeah, I really like the car sounds. Yeah, compared to the old car, it sounded a lot more like a game. It was very high pitched and not really pleasing to the ear. But now it sounds more like a race car, or at least how it sounds to me inside the race car. And I think actually, I don't know how you guys did it, but I gave you guys some onboards. Or I gave the guys from Sector some onboards, and I think they might have extracted some of the sound files off there. I don't know how you guys did it. But
Yeah, it was Anthony. I mean, what you provided us was, you know, the private onboards that Anthony could use to sample new sound, you know, new sound for the car in this game. So what we have now in testing has new benefits from those movements.
I don't think we're all behind the safety car, so slow down a little bit. So everybody's screaming now the safety car feature is in Jeff, so you have a new job.
You know, there is something that I wish we could do is like be the safety car, drive the safety car. I would enjoy doing that because I'm quite slow, so it fits me very well.
where are you guys on the track?
I'm just crossing the Volkswagen bridge.
I'm catching up.
What's the plan here? Just wondering.
The plan is I will just slow down to a dead stop until everyone caught up in the downhill section, and then
Somebody took pole position there.
Yeah, that's me.
oh,
Where I belong, man.
Is everyone behind? You can
Yeah,
just
I think so, yeah.
up the pace a little bit.
That safety car is one of the fastest I've ever seen in my life. How how fast are you driving, dude?
Sorry.
Normally you have like an 80k limit here.
Somebody needs to scream green, green, green.
Yeah, I will do. Safety car is in.
Don't scream it in the last corner, then we'll all spin and die. I think we're all clear.
And green, green, green.
Ooh, nice and clean start.
Very disciplined. So we just need people on TV.
Everybody's just scared to push Kelvin off. That's it.
I don't mind if anyone else but a Corvette pushes me off. Then I won't throw rage.
Don't give Glenn a challenge.
Oh, sorry.
Don't give him ideas.
Sorry, guys.
No worries.
Should we set a time limit for when the race is over?
It's whenever I want. Because yeah, safety car is racing, by the way.
Oh, we're not released yet.
Drive-through penalties for the whole grid.
He's doing the one thing that Bernd Mailander always wants to do.
Oh my god, Jay is first?
It's the J train.
Exactly.
Jeez, like, I've never seen such a wide Nissan before. Ah, and he made a mistake. Oh! Oh!
I have no problems pushing you off, man.
Yeah, I think I'm going to lose in that competition.
Ooh, optimistic.
Just disappeared, Jeff.
Yeah, I went back to... I'm starting back from the pit lane, trying to catch up and cheat a bit. There you go, safety car racing.
Oh, you wanna wait on the train?
Oh, I'm in the pack now.
Oh, we got a nice little group going here, man.
I'm slowing everyone down, that's why. Oh god, it's Marco behind me.
Not anymore.
That didn't make it any better.
What's Marco driving? Camaro?
Nissan. I hate this corner.
Which one? The last one?
The second to last one. After that long dip. I also hate the last corner, by the way.
Waiting some good slipstream from Marco now.
Oh no! Shit! Oh,
Okay, let's
that was
wait.
gonna be the best move ever.
I almost made it. Let's go, go.
It's so annoying trying to keep Georg back behind in the last corner, especially with when he's in that Z4, and then
Yeah, can break very deep.
but the difference between this car and the Z4 in this track comes really shows there.
Absolutely.
Alright, we can go. Jesus.
Quite close, huh?
Damn, you guys are quick up front.
We need to involve them in a conversation, then they will slow down. So Marco, what did you have for dinner today?
Or call their wives and just tell them something. I don't know.
I was just, should we wait a little?
Go, 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 go!
Why is the safety car on track?
It's racing, and it keeps, you know, catching up.
I have some Audi paint on my car now.
I think I have some Nissan, some BMW, some Audi. I've got a bit of everything on mine.
I see a common thing in that theme there. That is really wide, eh?
I really
Okay,
suck.
now I got you.
No, you don't.
Not bad.
You guys keep fighting, that's good for me.
Oh shit, sorry.
No worries. No.
Be careful. I will do the Charlie Whiting of the situation.
Go, go.
Yeah.
Gabe will catch up. No worries.
Marco is fast. Come, let's go, Marco.
Yeah,
Game on.
It's a bit hard to keep up with this dog.
You fast in the middle sector.
Yeah, for some reason this car is good there, but in the last two turns I suffer a lot.
Yeah, we were strong there last year in the last sector as well. Okay, go, go, go.
Drag race.
Smell trouble, you fall wide.
I'm giving Marco a little push.
I can squeeze him. Look at us being civilized.
That's weird.
It's a new feature. If you bump your livery, you have to buy a new one.
How many VRPs?
A new one.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant if you scratch your livery, you need to buy a new one.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay. Well, that's an idea. If you damage your car, you have to buy it again.
That's gonna go down well.
Just if you have any reaction on this ID, just hashtag RaceRoom update.
At JF Chardon.
Buy new tires.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm in here.
Oh,
Oh, the safety car just crashed.
Safety car passing you.
Oh, big wreck.
Mr. van der Linde.
Is that a valid line?
I was about to say it. I'm not really sure you're allowed to do that.
okay, I'll be nice. I'll give the place back to the safety car.
JF Maldonado.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes the Nissan.
Alright, let's do a restart, regroup the pack.
Yeah, we are waiting here
okay.
after Sector 1 with Carsten.
Not sure if anyone is watching Twitter or the Twitch chat.
People are actually really enjoying it.
Yeah.
They say.
If something is an answer during the stream, we'll make sure to answer it after on Twitter.
Or ask again in the Twitch chat, and I'll have something to distract Kelvin with. The guy just left.
Oh shoot. Ooh.
Safety,
Yeah,
Yeah,
safety
but-
car is in.
yeah, safety car was out. I think somebody didn't notice the waiting cars.
Alright. Then safety car is out.
There's still one car at the back. Who is it?
Marker, I think.
It's me. Okay.
Safety car so fast, we keep up.
Alright.
Okay, me and Mark are gonna charge through the field here. Let's see what we can do here.
Oh, you're here as well. Okay.
Safety car is in.
You stay green, yeah?
And green, green, green.
Oh shit, sorry.
Safety car is out.
Oh man, I tried to get a jump
I'm
on
on
the
target on my car.
I'm evaluating your move. Be careful.
This stream is never gonna end. Just having fun throughout the weekend.
Marco, you have some fans. Keep pushing.
Nice one, George. That's you in the BMW.
Yeah.
You can start to actually feel the tires now.
I'm on still on 85% though. Hold on. Okay, maybe a little bit less now after I've hit the gravel. Let's wait for the slow people. Marco, Georg, Kelvin.
Go, go, go!
Let's go.
Go, go, go! I think I made 4 places in one corner there.
Are you? Oh, like a glove. You should go for touring cars, Kelvin.
Yeah, did you watch when I did the TCR International Series? That was literally every corner. Nice try, mate.
I tried to slow you down at the apex, but
yeah, that was clever. I must say, very nice. Nice touch.
Still failed.
That's my famous move there. Fake on the outside and then dive. Nice, George. Keeping it tight.
Oh yeah. Not tight enough.
Yeah, but wide there.
Whoop.
Didn't see you slip through.
You know, I'm on fresher tires, and I can really feel the difference. I feel fast.
I should go pit.
That's a great claim.
Good exit there. Wow.
Not bad, I'm quite impressed by this. Oh, sorry. Shit.
That's cost.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
I guess it was only
Almost
going one
had it.
way. If I was
Almost
just
made
in
it.
there a bit later, I would have passed.
It's just by the safety car.
I'm here.
I noticed.
And let's see if I manage to stay
So you
stay on
sure
pace with my fresher tires.
I'm down to 80%, except for front right, down to 75.
Dude, I'm on 70%. What am I doing to these tires?
The more annoying thing is, you're still faster than me.
That tight line really works for you there.
Yeah.
Oh, Marco.
Yeah.
Wow, nice one.
Whoa, whoa!
Did I hit you, man?
Yes, light touch.
Oh shit.
Incident involving car number 1 will be reviewed after the race.
I've heard that one before.
I'm gonna pull a JF. Put some fresh tires on.
No shame, guys. We need to give him some sort of an advantage. Otherwise, he's going to drive all alone all night.
Sorry about me?
Yeah?
I'm just driving slow, you know, to regroup the pack.
Where are you now?
Final sector.
Sector 3.
Oh, nice one.
This is the fastest safety car I've ever seen in my life.
You found a new calling, Jeff. Safety car driver.
Says the man in the gravel.
Yeah, Burnt, move over. JF is coming. And he's coming fast.
So where are you, Jay, now? Oh, first turn?
Cool,
Yeah.
T1, yeah, that's me.
What kind of line is this?
Are we racing or what are we doing?
Let's slow down.
I'm in doubt with that speed there.
Everyone here?
No.
Oh.
Marco's missing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go 2-lap sprint. I'll start at the back. Me and Marco start at the
Marco,
just a minute, I'm coming. This Nissan actually is going. It's a bit of a handful with 70%.
Yeah. For new
What are we
tires.
gonna eat tonight?
Okay.
Pasta? Get us but you can't get bruschetta in the takeaway. 10 o'clock, you can't go out and eat pizza there.
Who's ordering food?
I want a pizza too.
Yes.
Can I have a burger?
Can I have a burger?
Sorry, bros. I don't know how to mute this thing.
Don't speak into it.
Okay.
Alright, so we say 2-lap sprint and then we go eat burgers.
And then we should maybe call it a day.
Yeah,
Sure.
because otherwise we will still be here on Monday.
Yes.
Well, that actually tells everybody watching the Twitch feed how exciting this new build is, so you should get it when it comes out.
And you should lead the pack.
Alright, so safety car is going...
Pace car is
it's
warming
not-
tires.
Yeah, it's not going in. It's racing.
Oh, crazy.
Go.
Watch out for green. Green.
But yeah,
Whoa! Cheater!
you deserve that one.
Whoa, someone hit me
Whoa.
so hard right now.
Jeez.
Someone crashed the hell out of me.
Was it 1 corner race or 2 laps? I didn't hear that.
Go!
Yeah.
We're good to go.
Corvette in the way. I don't know who that was. Oh shit.
I'm going to end up winning if you
Do you
continue
want to
with
measure
that.
car? Oh, these tires are gone.
Try and stay between the white lines.
Sorry, safety car.
Stop calling me safety car, I'm racing.
Pace setter then.
I am slow, I'm sorry.
Yeah, hold him up,
Yeah,
Jay.
we-
Dude, I
I
need
mean,
it, dude. Oh man, I didn't. Oh.
We're even on seriously old tires now.
Are you like a magnet, Kelvin, or? You seem to be attracting cars, I don't know.
Alright, everyone complaining about tires. Let's just escape and do this 2 laps race.
I'm not complaining.
With fresh ones.
I was just hitting on you. I mean, being slow.
Hitting on me? Is that a
Or
proposal?
dissing you.
Oh.
I must say, this new physics build does donuts a lot better. Great improvement, guys.
That's
Donuts
that's
are
the main
important.
purpose.
That was the target, right? Doing donuts in the gravel.
Okay, so what
So shall we-
do I press now? Drive.
Just, yeah. And you have fresh tires.
Who's this Dennis guy? Is he in here?
Eve. Eve?
Dennis.
Sorry, I hit him quite badly by mistake.
I think you should go one by one and apologize to everyone you've hit in the last
Okay.
lap.
I'd need the whole night.
So, 2-lap sprint race.
Yeah, and this time I'm gonna do a pace lap a little bit fast. That's okay.
Where you at?
Oh, we're out. Are you still in?
Oh, yeah, we're driving. Where
Oh,
you?
you didn't
I
reset
never
the tires?
pitted.
No.
I
alright.
don't need to.
Fearless.
Strategy, man.
Strategy.
They're in the long.
Yeah, I'm slowing down.
This car is doing 22s now, so it's not a real danger to anyone.
22s?
Yeah.
That's like my qualifying speed. So.
Think everyone caught up now?
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I need to put on traction control now.
Is the traction control on these cars?
Yeah.
Watch out for green. And green.
Whoa, man!
What the hell?
What the hell?
Oh my god.
Get on going! Go, go, go!
Where did you come from, Marco?
Where did that come from?
And that had to be intentional. It looked intentional.
Gonna give up the...
And this is the last lap.
Oh. Man, man, man. I have to be JF, come on.
Oh no, oh no. No, 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 no.
Glenn, no Glenn, go away, Glenn.
Come on, baby!
Oh!
Yes! I think it would have been another guy. No.
One more lap, one more lap.
One more lap.
It's too late, I claim the win.
Ah. There you go. Revenge.
That was good fun, guys.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
You guys should give iRacing some advice on how to do a BOP. This is much better.
You said that, we didn't.
I did not
I
hear
can say
that.
whatever I want.
I did not hear that.
I think these tires actually might wear a bit too fast now.
Yeah.
We did a lot of
Do
laps
another run.
though, Marco. We did a lot of laps. I think we were driving for like 40 minutes straight, so...
Yeah, that's true.
Well, anyhow, that was good fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people really enjoyed the stream. They just say that it's probably the best one that you had in the last few months.
Yeah, it's easy because we didn't have any in the last few months.
Okay, let's say from the beginning of this year.
Well,
Yeah, that's cool, guys. I mean, if you guys request more, we can do it. We can get some more racing drivers online and have some more cool races. So
well, I hope the next
Yeah.
time we can maybe do it once the game is out, and do it with everyone.
yeah,
Um,
we make one bigger server. Maybe what we should do is actually we should have like a competition, and you can enter. If you like the RaceRoom fan page or whatever, you can stand a chance to be one of the 40 guys driving or something. I don't know. Then the winner gets a lucky prize from something. I don't know.
Yeah, like you know, a lap in your car.
Yeah, why not?
Give him the-
We could
give
throw
him-
them in the boots anytime.
Give him the keys.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but
well,
I mean, like, if you
yeah.
request it again, guys, everyone watching, just hit us up on Facebook or Twitter or whatever it is, and yeah, we'll see what we can organize.
Thank
For
you,
sure.
everyone, for joining the server, and thank you, Kelvin, for all this. This is just
problem,
like
guys.
priceless. And thank you all for watching. And yeah, like we said, we hope to do another one soon. And that's it. Yeah,
The stream will
that
be
is a wrap-up.
available on YouTube.
Yes,
I-
absolutely. We will
yes.
upload it as soon as possible.
And I'm sure Georg will make some highlights also, or
Yeah, I think that might be a good idea.
because I don't know how long this has been going, but it's yeah,
Do a crash compilation.
2 hours stream.
Crash compilation. I think that'll be 2 hours of crash compilation.
Don't feature too much in there.
Alright, guys, thanks for watching and thanks for being here.
See you all.
Cool, guys.
See you,
Yeah.
bye bye.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
everyone. See you.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.
Thank you.